extensively, and we're about to embark on the first of two piano concertos, or concerti if you prefer, in this first night programme. Shortly, one of the greatest living pianists, Hough, will be playing a piano concerto by Tchaikovsky. Not the famous number 1. Tonight, it's going to be concerto number 3. So while they're heaving the piano to centre stage, we've a chance to meet Hough.
Well, the piano is really the only instrument in which you're totally self-sufficient. It's a bit like one of those caravans that everything's built in, the shower, the cooker, and you just drive off and you're there. I've never lost my attraction for and excitement, indeed, by just the sound of a chord ringing in the air. I come from a home with absolutely no music at all. I had an aunt who had a piano, and we would visit her, and I was absolutely fascinated by this box in the corner of the room. And so I would go over and I'd try and play nursery tunes. I learned a lot of nursery tunes. I memorized, apparently according to my mother, around 100 of them. And I was trying to sort of play these on the piano, begging my parents, please can I learn? So eventually they did buy a piano from a local antique shop for £5. I started piano lessons with a local piano teacher that my mother just found from the Yellow Pages, really. Just the one who lived closest, like you'd find someone who could mend your vacuum cleaner. I think growing up as an only child, I had a good preparation for the life of a concert pianist because I'm alone. On a plane, on a long journey, or in a hotel, it's guilt-free time to read, to write, to think. I quite like it. On planes, sometimes an hour will go past and I'll just be letting my mind unravel in weird directions. And I think out of some of these have come some of my blog posts. It's partly just the humour of everyday life, the unintended things, but not just putting the photograph up, but finding a link. I like that in life. I like that in music, too. I like performances which surprise, without being self-conscious about it, but which just unfold in directions that you never expected. What's so wonderful for me about the piano is that you're working against its nature, because by nature, it's a percussive instrument. It's many instruments in one. The piccolo is at its height up here, and the contrabassoon is at its height down there, and the piano has it, the whole thing, and 10 of them all at the same time. What couldn't you like about that?
Say goodbye to old costly cable TV once and for all. This revolutionary invention gives you access to your favourite channels.
Hi everyone, Alistair Hough here, hope you're all well. Last summer I managed to sit down with my pianist in London to chat about composition, which is something that he's been doing a lot more of in the last couple of years. I have a group called the Prince Consort, and we've commissioned him to do a couple of different song samples for us. More imminently, Stephen has his brand new third piano sonata, which he's premiering later this month. So I sat down and chatted to Stephen about his combined career now of composition and being a world-class concert pianist. I hope you enjoy it.
I've just put the finishing touches on the solo to my third piano sonata,
After the bumblebee?
October this year. It's my first 12-note piece since I've studied harmony. I was at RNCF trying to do those things. So that was a very interesting challenge because a whole lot of things are taken out of the mix and a whole lot of things added. You're much more restricted, of course, in the actual notes that you use. But
could you give us a sneak preview of the tone?
Of course, it's the tone roll. And you probably can even hear, just hearing that, the last 3 notes, the first 2, set myself up for a C major piece. Schoenberg said that there were many more pieces to be written in C major. So the whole piece, well, it was commissioned to celebrate the Tablet's 175th anniversary, which is a Catholic magazine. So as it's my third piece as the Tablet, I'm calling it Trinitas. It's in 3 sections, and the row is made up almost exclusively of notes. So I exploit all of those ideas. And actually, the idea of the 12-note row, the Trinity as a dogma, which can go in a good or a bad direction, The 12-note row, which I think can go in a good or a bad direction. A bad direction would be that it becomes a dogma that you have to obey, which would be the case, I think, in music from around the 1950s to the 70s. You probably wouldn't get into music college unless you were writing in the 12-note style. It was just what you had to do. Tonality was there. You couldn't write. So, but I think also it's just a technique like anything else. It can be used for good or bad. So